That's Millie Mail, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Yes, we are back. It's Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning, man. And, it's church, right? It's when typically everybody goes to join church and get their praise on and get entertained and among other things that we can go to church for, fellowship and various different things we can attain by attending church. It helps builds character. It helps put things in a framework to where it give you a criteria to judge between what's right and wrong. So I'm coming on early today, this morning, to talk about. Let me put it this way. Remember, rumors are carried by haters, spreaded by fools, and accepted by idiots. So a lot of what in our culture that we call haters, let's really break that down. It's really degradation. It's really degradation because degradation is where you degrade or you make something less than in your culture. And we do it to ourselves, you know what I mean? Because we get caught up in these hypotheses and we try to look better or shine or be better than the next person. But you're truly not that person until you want for your brother that you want for yourself. And I come on this morning and I talk again. I can't talk about this stuff often enough because I think it's vital importance. Matter of fact, let me give you my breakfast right here. That's my breakfast right there. If y'all can see that, that's that one and that's two. Let me give you that. If y'all can see that, right? That's what I'm doing this morning. I come to get that, and I get those from the whole wheatery because it helps get my day started. It helps me feel good about the things I'm doing and just maintaining some health and continue to be conscious of things that's going into my body because good in, good comes out, right? Let's talk about that. So salute to the great street, salute to Marlon Guest. I think that, and we go back to 96 or when did we lose Tupac? Was it 96, 94? Well, anyway, around the time we lost Tupac, right? We could honestly say that Tupac probably was the first recruit that the gang members were able to get that really, you know what I mean? But he didn't really understand what he was getting himself into at that time because he took on a persona, right? Thug life, okay, of course. And he went over there. He joined the Amon Pyro along with Suge James and countless of others, right? And he started personifying that lifestyle. You know what I mean? And since then, so many other rappers. That's why, and I'm not saying Pop Smoke or King Von. I don't know what their status was, or as far as were they gang members or did they participate? These Jim Jones, this Takashi 6ix9ine, of course, those guys claim to be this and that. Lil Wayne, first time I ever seen Lil Wayne, he had a blue rag. Then next thing I know, he was still whooping. Okay, I get that, but what those guys don't understand is the depth of the culture that they're entering into is sometimes volatile and it can cause extreme pain and hurt and suffering to the individual that don't quite understand this West Coast LA culture. And it evolved from there and it spread it throughout what we know as the United Snakes. So when Tupac did that, I don't think he realized that, man, when you get out there and spew some of these things from your heart and your mind and everything, however you want to put it, those things come back to you in a way that you may not be waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Or ready for because there's some oppositions to what you believe in and understand. So since then, it's been so many rappers that have assigned themselves to that culture because they like that. that lifestyle because they gangster rappers and they want to, you know, translate the studio rapper gangster, the studio gangster to the real gangster, right? So in order to do that, you got to align yourself with a tribe, a neighborhood, or some individuals that's really about that life. So when you do that, you open yourself up for various situations and drama that goes together, and it becomes very volatile, very volatile. So I just want to come in this morning and talk to you about Tupac was fully aware of the risk he was taking by aligning himself with the mob. Tupac had a dynasty to die, and I don't think he was fully aware, bro. Because had he had been fully aware, he'd have known that, man, that bullets go out, bullets come back. I don't think I don't think he would have risked us because if you watch this, if you think about the mob Paru, who was in the mob Paru doing what Tupac was doing? You understand? Because they already knew that they had to carry them. And I'm not taking away from mob or Crips or none of that. But what I'm saying is when you willing to put yourself out on the front line and you big this big mega star rapper, and then now you want to take on this other persona, man, that's a whole nother ball of wax right there. You know, that's a whole nother ball of wax. I think that that brings so much to you, man. That make you a super magnet for drama because of who you are. There's going to be people that not like who you are, and people who enjoy who you are. That's just the way of it, way of life, and that's why I started this thing talking about the difference between rumors, people who spread them, you know, are foolish, and people who accept them are idiots, and people and the other people who carry them, we all know, man, it's just hatred. But really, it comes down to degradation. Degradation is when you result is the result of diminishing or the the individual and not having no love or compassion for those individuals. Tupac wasn't aware he was in a place of hoods he should have been in the thoughts. He could have do both. He could do both. Yeah, he did think he did. He thought he could do both. He did, Seti. You're right. That's perfect way. That's a perfect example. He thought he could do both, but at the same time, he was thinking that he was Tupac. He was Tupac, and this shouldn't affect me because everybody loves Tupac. Everybody bumps Tupac. You know what I mean? So now he being the president, now all these other now you got the what is it, Soldier Boy and Bow Wow and Chris Brown and we can go on and on and on and on and name all these individuals that associated with a tribe, right? And even showed up, Soldier Boy even showed up in Fruit Town trying to take phase or whatever. Man, come on, Soldier Boy, sit your little behind down somewhere, man. The heck is wrong with you, man? Go be a rapper, man. Go be a superstar, you know. But now we got the internet, and the internet helps carry whatever anger or whatever frustrations they have. You know, they could be sitting in Siberia, Russia somewhere, and just, man, say whatever they need to say, man, and that's not going to impact them not one bit. You know what I'm saying? As long as they stay there. You know, the moment they show up in LA, Atlanta, Detroit, or Texas, some parts of Texas, whatever, you know what I mean? Or they show up in Tennessee, Memphis, you know, and New York, and countless of other places where urban communities where people of melanation gather. You know what I mean? You're gonna get called out. He on that powder. I would be surprised, man. I think the great majority of them are on something. You know what I mean? But would y'all agree? Is Tupac set the precedence? So a lot of these people want to, they want that real thugism. They want that real credibility. They want that solid, man. Because if you got the soldiers behind you, you know, with you, rallying and claiming this or that, and they're allowing you to be, you know, Yeah, talking trash, right? They're allowing you to personify this character, knowing good and well, man, it's best to keep you in the business sense of making money and bringing resources to the tribe versus having you stand out front talking about, hey, man, this power, hey, man, this crip. I just don't see no logic in that, man. I just don't. And I don't know specifically what happened to young Dolph and what incurred all that anger or what brought that drama to him. You know what I mean? I'm sure that the internet character is the key word. I'm sure the internet has a lot to do with it. And then also that sometimes the arrogance of the individual has something to do with it. The mailroom, man. Shout out to the mailroom nation, man. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment down below. So when this dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15th, man. Shout out to Stan the Man. Shout out to Seti Nash, Yashua Muhammad, and Rock Fresh, man. And Spliff Eastwood, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna call you, Yusuf. Don't worry, I'm gonna call you after this live, man. I just had to drop this knowledge, man, because I don't think that people is well aware that this thing has been kind of boiling for quite some time, and this is where we're at. So where we at now? Remember that the gang members, once upon a time, I mean the hip hop community, once upon a time, like that persona that the gang members, they like the swag, they like the, how they got out, how they spoke, the sea walk or the blood walk. They liked it all that, right? So then they found a way to incorporate it into hip hop. But now hip hop has become the driving force of the gang culture. So now every hip hop artist feels that in itself that he's not part of a tribe or part of that culture, then he's less than or he's missing something. You know what I mean? Because I went and watched Court TV and I saw all these different people, you know what I mean? Whether it was Jim Jones, T.I., uh, Takashi 6ix9ine, all these people I saw, just countless of people that has been taking the witness stands and testifying, you know what I mean? Because it's all public. Anytime you testify or snitch or something, you willing to take the stand or whatever, you do take the stand, it becomes public. At some point, it becomes public information. It's the Freedom of Information Act. Anything you want to know about individuals that's out there in that life, the so-called game of life, and they get caught up in a circumstance, at some point, it becomes public information, and you can attain it by following the Freedom of Information Act, right? And that's all Court TV is doing. You know what I mean? And shout out to them for doing their work. And they put these individuals out there. So, it's amazing to me that how you guys skip past some of those individuals and focus on other individuals. You know what I mean? So some people get a pass, some people don't. So, and I'm coming around to my point. So my point, right? I used to be part of that life. I used to be part of that gang culture. I used to be about that life. But at some point, I had to remove myself from that circumstance and become just a regular guy. You know what I mean? Because I've been to the feds for running my own pharmaceutical without a license. You know, and it had nothing. Although Gangster and my brother and Pee Wee and all these and my homie Don Juan, we were individuals, but we all gathered in one specific place. And then, because I have heard people say that I work for this and alert to that. No, I work for myself. Let me make that clear to you. I work for myself. So I was responsible for my own disposition. Whatever life I fashion it with these two hands right here. You understand? So whatever got the feds on us became all of our problem, of course. But at the same time, how can I bail myself out by saying something about this individual or that individual? Me myself, no, that's not how I do. So I understand that, you know what I mean. But at the same time, when because my point is, I'm coming around to Reggie, right, Big Reggie and Little Reggie, right? They made choices in their life to be part of law enforcement, right? I love Big Reggie, by the fact, and Little Reggie, I'm beginning to learn who he is as an individual. And so far, he's cool, right? So, but anyway, they chose to be part of the law enforcement. So if I chose to be on this side and they chose to be this side, and their job was to catch me doing what I'm doing, then why am I mad at them? You understand? Because I chose this life and they chose that life. You cannot differentiate between the two because both of the circumstances, everything has a duality. There's up and down, open and closed, yes and no. There's nothing in this universe or world that doesn't have a duality. And once you understand how duality works, then you'll know that the process that happens is the one that's supposed to happen. It's just that you got to realize that at some point that you're no good at what you do, and you got to stop doing that and change your whole circumstance and do something different, like I'm doing now. I'm no longer in the streets. I'm not out the streets. I'm a square dude. I pay taxes. I vote. They even called me to jury trial and that. You know what I mean? I didn't go, assault to be part of that. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling you how things evolve, how you grow, how you mature, and how you become. So you can't use the same street, the stuff that you use, the same measure stick that you use in the street to use in the street. So now that I pay insurance, I have a driving license, I'm taxpayer and all this stuff. So if somebody breaking my car, I'm calling the people and let them do whatever it is they do and calling my insurance and report the theft. I ain't jumping in my car going to look for whoever I thought did it or none. I'm not doing none of that because it would cause me to lose what I have already gained. See, that's nonsensical. But a lot of people don't understand that. Oh man, you tell it or whatever. Cool. If that's what you feel, you stay right there in that ignorance. Stay right there because you're gonna get dealt the hand that you need to have dealt to you. So it's important that we grow and develop and become mature in this lifestyle for your children, for your wife, for your mother, for your sisters and brothers. You know what I mean? Show that demonstration of leadership. Lead that degradation out, man, because degradation is diminishing our people. You call it hate, but that's what it is. Go look it up. So anyway, let me come back down to just a couple of notches to just show you my compassion for my melanated brothers and sisters. I sincerely love you. I want the best for you. And I want you to be good, man. I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be unreasonably happy in this life. So when you see me on this internet, when you see me on my the Hood Postman, I am strictly in a journalistic capacity. I don't have no personal feelings against this one or that one. It's all about it's your story. Tell it how you want to. That's where I'm at. And whatever comes out of that, if I got some drawbacks or I got something that I need to challenge you on, I will. But I'm not here to call. I'm here to call balls and strikes. That's it. Balls and strikes, you know what I mean? And then I let the people decide whether it was good or bad. I don't decide whether my content is good or bad, although I would like for it to be good. But sometimes maybe I missed the mark. I have to accept that. Okay. But failure does not mean the end. Failure has never mean the end. It means that you had to go back, regroup, gather your abilities, and put something out there that's a lot better than what you did before, prior. Peace and love, man. Peace and love to you too, Yusuf. Tupac believe he wouldn't live past 25. I mean, we can get into all the Machiavellian stuff and all that. He said a lot of things in his rap, but did he really believe that? Or was that just for the culture shock? See, a lot of that stuff that rappers say is culture shock. You understand? They want to shock the culture. They want to bring people towards them. And sometimes they have to come up with witty things and phrases that come together that sound real fly and slick that they don't necessarily believe in their personal lives. You know. Actually, they tried it with DLC Cube and Drag. Hmm. What does that mean? Pooley, what's up, man? How you doing this morning? How you doing, man? Devon Banks, how you doing, man? Let me see. Y'all know if he feel he be incarcerated and someone lock out in a major way, you ain't got it like that. Sure. Reggie White called Keepy D. Yeah, but see that, and that's the thing. I want to give Keepy D. I want to give Keepy D an opportunity to say what he needs to say, and I definitely want to give Reggie because Big Reggie, right? Big Reggie, Police Reg. We all know him. I knew him when he was Beckman was his partner, and let me tell you something about Big Reggie, right? When Turtle caught his violation, the white man, matter of fact, the white dude, the lad and the blondie just passed 2 days from cancer, right? That's what happened in the process of life, right? But Big Reggie, when they was trying to violate Turtle, Big Reggie told him, no, you gonna violate him for that little thing? You mean this guy right here, Mr. Turtle, Mr. Santana? Man, you would much rather, if you really think he's doing something, won't you just wait and see what comes out of that? But anyway, they wouldn't listen to Big Reggie because Big Reggie didn't see no he didn't see he saw better outcomes based on not putting a guy away for little petty differences and working with the community. He was a real community police officer. He came around and made himself present, you know what I mean? And I saw him do things that was outside of the realm of police, but he was always helping in it. He looked out for me before. Had me dead bang. You understand? But I'm gonna tell you this, man, the homeboy network, the so-called loved ones, when you go to prison, no 401k, you're not receiving packages, you're not receiving letters. Very few individuals will follow up and do what they need to do based on the homeboy network. Matter of fact, them same homeboys will slide up on Sweetie Pie and try to holler at her while you out the way. And they supposed to be your man. But yet you want to hold on to them individuals to claim like they really all that perfect in their life because y'all claim the same hood. Come on, man, you gonna get yourself together with this nonsense. And I feel really bad for the younger generation because they really just don't really understand because they believe as long as they can think something, that actually is facts. That's 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 all the facts they need. But real, you need more. You need research, you need data, statistics, and observable reality to really form a good opinion about circumstances, the situation. We powerless over people, situations, and circumstances. We are powerless over that. Only thing you can be control of is what comes out of your mouth. That's why God gave you two ears and one mouth so you will listen more than you talk. You understand? But they want to get on the internet, voice their opinions, and do this. And I love them young guys, man. I see so much talent in them, man. So much talent in them. You know what I mean? But it's not harnessed in a way that it could be put in a monetary equivalent. You know what I'm saying? And that's their problem. How do I harness my talents and make it transferable to a monetary equivalent to where I can demonstrate how worthy I am of this life? Let me see. For the parents to see their teachings and hear. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. And Pooley, you're a prime example of that because Pooley, I know what happened to you. I saw you before that happened to you, and I knew how you had no fear, man, and you were just. And I used to Pooley. I used to be thinking about when I just see you and how you just was so reactionary, so quick and so on it. You know what I mean? And I was thinking like, man, he got to slow down, man. He got to do something. But you know what I mean? And I'm not here to talk about what happened to you, but I am going to say, but once that happened to you, you changed because you realized a whole lot of things. You understood better than you did prior to the accident, homie. And I love you, Pooley, because I see your words now and I see how powerfully you speak and the things you say. You know what I mean? You made that transition to where you like myself. We regular guys now. They got more people in your tribe and around your community telling than anything. But you can't put, you know what I mean? Like if I wanted to talk to Reggie, because I got a few bad, comments from people saying, "Oh man, why you gonna talk to him, man? Reggie said this." I don't care what Reggie said. I want to ask him some questions about what he said and see how that, how can we refine it and then bridge those gaps because all spaces are full, either positive or negative. There's no in between. Facts. Right on, Demon Man. I see you out there. Right on. Shout out to Demon Man for being a good sport on the Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Post, man. The road to it's a road to nowhere, a non-benefit of life. You're right, man. Good afternoon, Priscilla. How are you? Let me show y'all my breakfast this morning. There you go. That's 911 Miracle Juice, Priscilla, right there. I got the simple green. It helps cleanse, digest, heart healthy, made fresh. And then I got the ginger blast. The ginger blast helps with anti-inflammation, inflammation, and energy, immunity, digestive health. So yeah, these things are very good, man, and delicious too. At that, man, they have a assortment of vegetables and fruit and stuff in there. Salute to Millie Man. Respect to the grind. Respect to the grind, man. Yeah, Pooley, Priscilla says she's loved you. Kenneth Johnson, salute to you. Martha William, okay. So, I mean, guys, you guys follow me, you listen to me. If I'm saying anything wrong, please drop a comment in there and help me understand in a way that makes it better for not only for me, but for the entire people that's listening, because this is what we got to get to. We got to articulate our message to where all our people get something from it and not be part of that 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 1710 act. And we don't understand there's still a lot of our people under that act. The 1710 is the meritorious maledictions, where you think you're going to get more favor if you diminish or show degradation against another black man, while the white man give you favor. The white man provides you with different. He make you that free Negro. You know what I mean? That needs to grow. That's why I got this shirt on. The Hood Postman, A to Z, street therapist. I'm a street therapist. We need therapy. Wait. Let me see what Stan say. Let me see what Stan say. I know if you want to know about gangs, I'll talk to the banger. But if you want to know about life, I'm talking to the to the square, like myself. Most definitely, square business, man. You're right, man. Square business right there. Because the banger, he hasn't figured life out because he's very limited in capacity. And I say this, I can't say this like history is medicine for a sick mind, because within history there's a variety of human experiences that we can learn and teach from. And that's why my prayer is freeing myself from ancestral trauma, mastering soul lessons, while cultivating space for the abundant to flow. The abundant is me. I am the owner, the maker. I am the father of civilization. I'm the universal, magnificent black man. And if you don't think of yourself in them terms, you'll always keep yourself in a limited capacity, both physical, mentally, and spiritually. You don't need no church. Anthony Mosley, what's up, man? That's my guy right there, Anthony Mosley. I went to school with Anthony Mosley. Shout out to Anthony Mosley. Shout out to his brother Roy. Man, shout out to the Mosleys out there, man. I'm good, man. That's what I'm talking about. Get well, stay healthy. Got the B12 juice. You need to try. Man, definitely I need to try. You know, I love B12. It's like something I take daily, Priscilla. I need that B12, definitely. OG, how you doing, Postman? I'm doing good, man. You know what I mean? Just tapping in, man. I'm gonna tap in more because I think that I don't tap in enough. You know what I mean? Because I leave too many days open for other things to seep in and get people off, and then I got to come back and realign them. You know, so that's where we at this morning, man. And shout out to Big Devil where he's at. Shout out to my guy Bam, the Bam. I just talked to the Bam yesterday. Bam was good. I talked to Norm, Norman Steele. I talked to Big James. I talked to Lee Ford. Lee Ford is like a guy that points out, yeah, we learn early to always go directly to the source that he say will have you caught up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Lee Ford, man, always, man, you know what I mean? He said you gotta handle with a lot of these youngsters like it's fish with a lot of bones in it. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? So me and Lee, we chop it up often and soon. Stan Shepard, music is Zach. You know what I mean? I be talking with a lot of amazing people that doing a lot of amazing things behind the scenes, and man, it's incredible, man. I'm telling you, it's incredible. I got a guy that's actually he's a prosecutor out of Texas, and he told me right out of the bunch, he said, man, I don't. He said, man, I go after the police. I'm looking for the crooked no good police officers. You know what I mean? And I chop it up with Reggie Wright mentioned you. Reggie Wright mentioned your homie Marvin Watkins being a snitch, as the people saying. Fraternity said he snitched on the Grape Street, even though he said the truth. Hey, you know what I mean? We're gonna ask Reggie those questions though. You know what I mean? Let's get a chance to ask him the question and see what his response is to that. Man, because I want to believe that Reggie's a good man. And then if anything else, you know what I mean? Because we don't want, like I said, man, we don't want to go with rumors. Rumors, rumors are carried by haters. You know, that's just it, man. They carried by haters, man, and spread it by fools and accepted by idiots. So we want to talk about facts, data, statistics, and observable reality. That's where we want to be. Was Ninja being buried in the States or back in Israel? Ninja being is buried here, bro. He buried here, you know, but that's a whole nother man. Ninja Ben was a whole nother type of person, man. Trust me when I tell you about Ninja Ben. Whole different type of dude. School 101 Worldwide, only pointing out the obvious. Monster Cody. There it is there, man. There it is there. Yeah, so it's important that we have these discussions. We have these discussions about hip hop. We have these discussions about brothers that's caught up in the gang bang. We have discussions about everyday activity because in everyday activity is being levied against you is racism in everyday activity, whether it's in your job, whether it's through sports, whether it's going to church, you know. The most segregated day of the week is Sunday. All the black people are in black churches and all the white people are in white churches. And they all believe in the same Jesus, right? Except in the black church, Jesus is black. In the white church, Jesus is white. So how do we get past that? How do we not engage in those things? Because everything we know about Jesus, everything we know about the society that we're in now, that we indigenous to this land that our feet are standing on, was given to us by the white men, slave captors, right? They even called us niggas. Niggas was made in America. There was no niggas. There's no niggas nowhere else but right here. And we accepted that. Although you change the word and try to make it sound like it's an endearment, but yeah, still it's a lot of hate impact. And when you I hate that nigga. You know, can you imagine when somebody says that? You know, really that's need to grow. Need grow. Need to grow. That's what that means. But anyway, You guys have a wonderful day. I'm Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Shout out to Mailroom Nation, Johnny Sullivan, Yeshua Muhammad, DVD, School Worldwide, Yeshua Muhammad, Priscilla Allen, Terrell, Demon Stewart. Man, Chemo was good. Chemo, Pooley, my homeboy, my loved one, just and Yusuf and Anthony Mosley. I mean, shout out to all you guys, man. I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be unreasonably happy. I want you to enjoy this Thanksgiving. It ain't Thanksgiving, it's Thanksgiving. But we utilize that day to embrace our family, cook a nice meal. I'm gonna be frying turkeys and I'm gonna deep fry some lobster tails, man. And I'm gonna let y'all see what that look like when I'm done, man. Until then, man, I'm gonna drink my juice. There you go. And I'm enjoying this Sunday, man, and go watch some football. How about you? So, by the way, let me say this, man. Reggie and his dad had to reschedule. Big Reggie got a season tickets to the Chargers game, so they won't be coming on today. But we are going to get them on. Trust me, we're going to get them both on, and it's going to happen, man. You know. Until then, man, you guys stay watching, stay tuned to Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. So click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. So when that dope content hit, it'll feel like the 1st and the 15th. And we don't want no junk mail. We don't want no bills. All we want is information, informative information, things that edify and grow and just make us a better people, man. Get rid of that degradation, man. Get rid of it. It has no place in our planet. We can't marginalize and undervalue and underestimate each other. The culture conditioning that was placed on us, that's what it does. It makes us do exactly that. So until then, man, shout out to KM Videos with Content is King. Shout out to my Tribe Ride. Shout out to Project 43. Shout out to Rockhead out there, what he doing it. Make sure you guys go follow my son Bosco. That movie is gonna be so powerful. I just saw the trailer. It's gonna be off the chain, man. Trust me, man. He gonna bring it, man. And we're gonna be looking through multiple projects, and hopefully we can get a turtle project. We get a couple of other projects that we want to tackle, and we want to partner with Cynthia Nunn and see what we can get from her, you know what I mean? Because I know she's writing a book. Shout out to Cynthia Nunn. Shout out to the things she's doing over there in the community. I say Cynthia Nunn for mayor. And shout out to Priscilla Allen over there with Miracle Juice, keeping our community happy and healthy. So y'all tap in with her, man. Just drop her a message in the comments. She'll get back to you. She'll let you know how to come get that stuff, man. That's just what she do, man. She want to see you smiling and happy and healthy. Until then, Professor Melly Mill, you know the vibe. We are out.